you ask about the thing on the wall. I sent Woody to Po' Boy Estates, and so the one on the wall got his writing all over it, about what a great idea. And then when they found these 80 songs here from 53, we found this one-page thing. See it? Anyway, this is one we found, with the songs, we found this thing.
Yeah.
And it's really a paraphrasing of the thing I'd written a half century earlier, the Po' Boy Estates. But it's purely Woody.
Beluthahatchee, Place of Freedom by Woody Guthrie. Beluthahatchee is the Indian name that Stetson Kennedy picked for this 50-acre spot of swampy land country around this neck of the woods by the name of Florida. I am dwelling now under the impression that the name Beluthahatchee means spot of freedom, or a place in our 48 states where you can still come down and stick your head in and your neck out and still see or smell, or nearly see and almost smell, a pretty good whiffle of that stuff I still hear traveling by the name of freedom. If the Indian name does mean a place of freedom, or a little spot of freedom, that's fine and dandy with me. And if it don't mean that, then by golly's, right here and right about now, I'm changing her around to where she does. I say our poor country has been suffering under the pains and aches now for, these past few and several years. I mean, suffering under the strains and pressures of a great and vast shortage of these places and these here spots up and down and all along, which we can rightly call off and sound off to be real true places where freedom sure enough lives, where me and you and him and her and almost everybody here in our midst and middlings can see it and can recognize it and can know it by sight and at a quick glance. If I'd seen even one single little spot as big as Kennedy's 50-acre mossy patch here in all of my in and outer travelings, which I could swear and could cow to be free enough to please me, my last and my next 497 long and short books would be just about that one little spot I'd seen. But it's awful hard for me to write about something I've seen and known and felt and lived with at first hand, and then 1,000 times more harder for me to write to you about any such of a freedom patch or any such a freedom garden, any kind of a freedom field, freedom orchard, freedom street, freedom town, freedom city, freedom mortuary, freedom cemetery, freedom place of any old caliber, which, I've already told you, I've just not ever seen. Stet's lakey trees around here are swung and hung with some of the sexiest Spanish moss I've nearly ever seen, and I've even trained all these game fish in his government-stocked lake to jump up over the barks of 3 sunclogs when I stand out here on this bank and holler that name fairly loud, freedom. And I've already trained in this hurricane wind to blow backwards for a few minutes when it hears me yell that same name out, and my next swamp neighbor's bloodhounds bay in a new kind of voice that sounds like a peace yelp when they hear me out across here bawling out that word you call freedom. And I don't have the least bit of trouble causing my rabbits to stop and stand on their heads, and my swarms of bumblebee bees to flump over and fly bass-ackwards with their tails to the ground and their bellies up toward the sun when they hear me screaming that word up in the skies around here. None of these tricks have dealt me 1 minute's lost time, lost energy, nor 1/2 a second's lost motion, like I told you. But being able to cause any of these headset Florida cracker folks, or these people, or these things that people call people, these things you call humans to life, so much as one little part of one little finger to bring us all another little drop or more, little bitty squirt of this stuff you call peace or this stuff you call freedom, well, that'd be a lot easier for me to do than it would be for me to just up and lift that Grand Coulee Dam right up out of its slick side canyon and to life it all the way across the face of our map here and to set it right smack dab down here in the big muddy middle of this Beluthahatchee lake that Stetson Kennedy and the rest of us all fell heir to. I mean to lift it off down here all by my poor lonesome. That's how me and these mossy-headed neighbors of Stetsons are thinking and running and dwelling and eating and sleeping and living and getting along on this planet Earth, of this 3rd damn day of this month you call March in this damnable year of our overworked lard, 1953. Woody Guthrie, Beluthahatchee, Lake, Florida, 3353.